How's it going, everyone? Welcome to December. So, as most of us, or many of us know, when it comes to recovery and attending, recovery groups, we tend to follow the 12 steps along with each of the 12 months of the year. And so, I'm here to remind you that recovery and sobriety is a process and a practice, right? It's apply, rinse, repeat. And I'm putting a link for an article and where I explain a little bit more what that means. But I wanted to personally share with you, my own experience and why I think it's relevant in all our recovery. So one of the achievements I've been fortunate to have in life is to get a second-degree black belt in Aikido. And Aikido is a Japanese martial arts form in which you learn to blend with the energy of your attacker. And its foundation is, believe it or not, based in love. And the movements are meant to blend with the attacker and not hurt them, but to kind of contain them, right? So it's not meant to bring any damage to anyone, but just to end the fight. And what I learned through that experience, and I now apply it to my own recovery path, is that the 12 steps are our process, right? Much like a martial arts form is a process. And in all martial arts, the ultimate goal is self-mastery, meaning it's one thing to practice the techniques and learn all the movements, but ultimately the self-mastery comes in because you have to sometimes make yourself go to training. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you reach this mental barrier where you just don't feel like doing it anymore. It's kind of weird. I've heard many other masters of martial arts express the same thing. And I think it's the same in our path of sobriety. Sometimes we get to a point where we're like, why am I doing this? Why? I'm still experiencing a lot of the same pain. I'm still going through a lot of the same frustrations. Why am I even clean and sober? I might as well be drunk and high, right? But there comes a point in your practice, which I believe our practice is sobriety, that just stay sober, right? That we realize it's worth it. It's like a mental, emotional breakthrough that we move from self-centeredness to focusing on others and serving others, right? And that's where the 12th step is the most important, because it's our opportunity to give back to others what we've learned. And it's apply, rinse, repeat, right? So you start over with the step 1 and go through step 2, and you don't have to do a lot of the same things that you used to do. You just have to continually clean up your past, bad attitudes, misconceptions, false beliefs. It's a continual work in progress, our recovery and the practice of sobriety. So I think when we're all in recovery and each of us are practicing the 12 steps, it's a path towards self-mastery. You're conquering yourself, you're overcoming your bad habits, you're developing new ways of coping, of dealing with life. That is not an easy thing to do. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes consistent effort, it takes you not giving up. And ultimately, that's what I wanted to share with you guys, that my achievement of getting a second-degree black belt in a martial art isn't so much the belt itself, but that I was consistent in my practice. I just kept going. It's kind of funny, when I was thinking about it this morning, it took me 5 years to get my first black belt, but only 2.5 or so to get my second. because I started practicing more. I started to put more effort in after I got that first belt. And then my sensei or teacher noticed it, right? And so it's the same in our recovery and our sobriety. The more effort you put into staying clean and sober, the greater the results that you'll get, but it takes time. And maybe others may not recognize it, but you'll see it. You'll see the change in how you deal with life. You'll see the change in how people relate with you. Healing comes. You get closer to your family. You start to prosper in all your chosen endeavors. It's a beautiful thing. So I hope that's helpful. It's meant to be encouraging. Check out the links. So much more to learn. All right.